Okay. Um, Welcome, everyone. Good evening. Um, this is Linda from Linda's Journey podcast show. And I come on tonight to talk about my experience today with you guys on my podcast show. It's a little different than what I've been usually doing. It has something to do with the experience that I had today taking a trip to Springfield, down to Springfield, the capital, um, to voice my concerns with the House of Representatives and the Senate. Um, I'm in the union A2 ATU 241. We went to Springfield today to ask the Senate and the House to reconsider funding us as bus operators for helping us keep our jobs. We went down. It was a good experience. I've never been there. So it was good to, it was a lot taken in for me, experience to see how laws and everything has been, bills and stuff have been passed, and to be in the building in which everything has been made, everything has been passed, and what's not going to pass. So it was a experience for me. So we went down today to voice our opinion, to be heard about the concerns that we have as bus operators about our future and the funding that we need from the House and the Senate to pass in order to continue supporting our family and taking care of our needs and living the life, the American dream that we should be able to live. And we asking them for just the money that is owed to us so we can continue on providing for services for that we keep moving the city, in which is helping our community move through the city and without delaying service or cutting service. And it's a lot at stake here if we don't get the House and the Senate, Representative, House of Representatives and the Senate to pass this bill to fund us, to give us the funding of 750 million to continue to service our community and move them through the city. Everyone is at stake. That means if we get laid off and our jobs are at risk, so is the rest of the world which we move the city. And they are going to be affected as well. The community, the people would not be able to get to work and move around. We help them move around to get from point A to point B and take care of their daily business and their jobs. So we asked the House and the Senate to help us, give us the funding for our safety on the bus, trains, or whichever bus operator or whatever transportation you drive or do. Um, we looking for safety for us, something that's very important for a bus operator. We need that because it seems like, it's a it's beginning to be a little difficult with our safety there. So I'm going to read that some literature that I got today concerning that. We're looking for a new authority police to force shall be created by the police in the transit property. We want to get police protection on the bus. I mean, because we as operators, we need it. We've been attacked on a daily, and we just come out and service and want to do the job and help the community to move around without being attacked for no apparent reason. Um, we need the funding for this. They wrote this letter, which represents employees of Chicago Transit Authority and PACE and the local 241, the General Assembly, to recognize the needs to create and develop a funding arrangement which address the issues of public transportation in the city of Chicago. Everyone recognizes, but is afraid to point out that without an effective mass transit system being in place, people in the community, the riding public, it, people in the community, everyone recognizes but is afraid to point out that without an effective mass transit system being in place, people in the community, the riding public, will suffer the unfathomable ways. So they will suffer if we are laid off and cut in service. Do y'all really want to cut service and lay us off and have the public suffer of not knowing how they're going to get around, or putting their jobs in jeopardy because we get them to those places that they need to get to, doctor appointments, their jobs, their kids to school. We do a lot. And if you harm the system, the transit system, the bus in this fan is this or not passing the bill, then how can you just sit there and just don't have a heart and understand what are you are should I say hmm, it's a whole lot I just want to say, and me being there, and I hope that we will come to some type of agreement with the House of Representatives and the Senate, and with massive transit to resolve this issue and don't have this going in the wrong direction, in which cause a lot of people a strain and stress of being laid off, don't have a job, and people not be able to get around the city and move around the city like they supposed to. If you cut this funding and lay us off, this would be a big, huge, huge mistake. The clock is ticking for the state lawmakers to find a solution to fund the problem at CTA and PACE before the federal money received during the COVID exhaust. It appears the lawmakers care to focus on reforming the CTA, and his sister agency believe it's magically will eliminate the fiscal cliffing facing CTA and PACE. Savings by record reorganization from efficiencies and fare increase, which have not taken place for years, was simply a drop in the bucket and not fix the problem in the short or long haul. The funding problems at CTA and PACE are not attributed to the waste of monies or over expenditure of monies in CTA. But you know what? I'm just babbling on, but really technically I really wants to say is we need this money. It's a lot of us here have families and we want to take care of our families and we want to continue to take care of our families and live the American dream. I'm not going to go off on here because this is something what someone else has wrote, but it's like we want safety. We want our money to keep our livelihood and taking care of our family and do our job as we've been hired to do. And also to help lower the pension for us as well. So we can thrive and live and be able to do the things that you live in, but that every American dream of. Be able to feel good about yourself. We take pride in our jobs of helping and getting people to and from their daily lives or activities. We are human too. We have compassion and we deal with everything on a day-to-day basis. We deal with stress, we deal with mental illness, we deal with a lot of things. We are resilient people. You have to be a resilient person to be able to work in the type of environment that we work in. And we demand the respect and appreciation for what we do. And we should have to, like, beg the Senate and the House of Representatives to keep us funding afloat when you know this is what we need. We need this. The community need this. The people who voted you in need this. What would they do without any transit, any transportation, if it is just eliminated? What will we people do? The hardship and the heartache, the stress that you'll cause if you collapse this transit system. I watched today, it's my first time there, attending the stand in and trying to get the House and the Senate to pass this bill. And we have some people good people that are on our side and they rooting for us. But I watched others just upset and observe how their facial expression, their body gesture, Like they really, some look like they don't care if we do get the funding or not, or they don't care about what traumatic tragedy stuff are you doing to us, because it's tragic for someone to lose their job, to be laid off, and they have responsibility, and we come to work every day to be able to take care of our needs and our responsibility and our families. Some have kids, you put them through college. We want the same American dream that you give to your kids, your family, your nieces, and your nephews. We're looking for the same thing. Be able to support ourselves and our family. So I just want this House of Representatives and the Senate to really dig deep into your conscience and think and put yourself, if you was in our shoes, how would you feel if the role was reversed and we was sitting in there and we dangle your job or dangle your livelihood in front of you with a sense of hopelessness? What would you do? You will get up and fight as well and demand that, hey, we need this funding. We will come in and talk to you and tell you why it's important for you to give us the funding. And what if you don't? What will happen if you don't? So this is what I'm talking about tonight. I know I was just kind of rambling, but I'm not going to go off of that sheet, but I'm just going off of what I didn't get to say today and how I feel about this journey that I took today. My first time ever being in the Capitol down in Springfield, where they make all the laws, pass laws and bills and stuff like that. It was amazing. It was an amazing place to actually be in, where they actually pass laws and bills, and they discuss things, and you know and the architect and how things are function as we are the heart of Chicago, the engineer that makes the city move. Like I said, we are amazing, a zillion. We are incredible human beings. We get up every day, the crack of dawn, sacrifice. Sometimes we don't see our family. Sometimes we don't see our kids for quite a bit. And we sacrifice on for a better way, a better life for our families, which that means we won't be able to see our families as much because this is a 24-hour job, run round clock, moving people in communities to communities and getting them safely home, getting them safely to work, getting them safely to school. I even also pick up pilots, airplane pilots, getting them to and from their job. You know how important it is? It is very important. There's a lot of important people need to get somewhere. They don't want to hustle and bustle through the traffic. They want a smooth transition to where they need to go. So they rely on us, the bus operators, to get them to and from where they need to go. Who gonna fly? The pilots gets on the plane and the train to get there to fly y'all, the House of Representatives and the Senate, to other places where y'all need to go. So think about that. You shortchanging them. So when you go to the airport, you wonder why the pilot is late or the airplane pilot is late. He's late because you cut out the service that he likes to use that's convenient and easy for him to get to work instead of dealing with traffic, going to O'Hare, going to Midway. Public transportation is easy for them. You have a lot of important people, government agencies, and everything that use public transportation. Kids that get to school, high school. Do you realize? Did you even think about how much that will affect the kids going to school? The massive overcrowding in cars on the highway. We relieve us transit relieves some of that tension from off the highways. So just think about it. You know, I'm asking, I'm speaking with the House, a representative, and the Senate. The next time we come down, look at us, talk to us, listen to our story, listen to, ask us why do you think we need to fund the mass transit? And we're going to tell you why we think you should. Because if you don't know, we will let you know. But I think you know that it's a much needed bill to be passed to give us that funding to continue the service for our community. I think you know that already. You guys are some really educated and smart people to be in the position you are in. And it comes from the people voted you in. So we want you to listen to the people because we listened to you when you needed a vote. So I want you to just give us the funding that we need so we can be at ease and knowing that we continue to have a job and we can continue to provide for our families and we can continue to service our community. Take the burden off of this, off of us. Mm, it's not that hard. I sit back and I think of what if. But if I get laid off, what would I do? The stuff that I accomplish and moving forward in life, I will lose. And I don't think that's right, fair, that I have to lose everything I worked so hard for and to accomplish to get ahead for the American dream, to get knocked down by one simple bill that you can easily solve and pass and give it to us and make everybody happy. You can come up with a good solution of giving us the money and funding, giving us the funding. That's all we want. Is just to be seen, to be heard. Our job matters. We matter. We are important just as well as your job. We might not be into politics. We might not be into the legislature to do. We might not be we not being, but we, the people, matter. Without us, it's nothing. The city will stand still. Do you want to really put us in that type of situation where things is just a chaos and they don't know how they're going to get to work and cause them to lose their job because they don't have transportation? They might not have a car. That might be the only source of transportation that they have, and it is. It's a lot of people that's the only source of transportation they have. They might not can afford a car. They just have enough to get by to provide for their family and keep a roof over their head and stay above water. And the transportation is their transportation. So I hope this video reach out to somehow the House of Representatives and the Senate. I hope you just listen to my video, my podcast about today. You know, it was a great day, I feel. And we have some good people in the House of Representative and the Senate that are really that have our back. And I hope they'll be able to be a strong influencer with the other House of Representatives that's in denial to go ahead and just give us the funding. So I'm gonna end my episode of today. I just wanted to get on and share with my subscribers, my viewers, and people in the public that's just happen to see. And what I want to say to my employees, my coworkers, this is critical. This is important. To all my employees, my coworkers, don't push this to the side. You talk this, oh, this and that. You need to come out and we need to stand strong And we need to let them know that we're here and we're not going nowhere until we get the funding that we need. We need to come strong. Local 241 8A2 ATU, we need to come strong to Springfield the next time. My co workers, let's do it. It's no joke. It's not going to be fun when we don't get this funding and you have to stand on the line and your livelihood is in stake. Laugh all you want, say, hey, this is you need to stand with us so we can get this done. I'm talking to my co-workers now. Don't think this is some oh, this a blow past thing. Because life can hit you with a hard blow real quick. You're gonna stand up for something, fight for your job. If you love what you do and this is what you have made a life off this job, you have accomplished things off this job, you send your kids to college off this job, you need to come and stand up. Help us get this bill passed so we can keep our job. So this is conclude my podcast. I have to get up and go to work. I hope this actually put something on the House of Representative and the Senate if they see it, my podcast, or anyone that's related to the House of Representatives, senators. Just sit and talk to them and tell them we are people. We're the people that need this, need our jobs, and we love what we do. So I want to say thanks for watching. Like and share my podcast. Check me back here Monday at 5 for some more hot topics. Um, that I'm not going to talk about is not going to be this serious or something, something but a beat uplift for my podcast viewers. So I want y'all to have a wonderful night, a great night, and God be with you, and have a good night.